finance the implementation of this plan. But 85% of the mining revenues don't go in the national budget. They go in private pocket. So we have to restructure the mechanism of governance so that the money which is generated by the country's wealth can go in the national budget and can be used to finance development.
You are fully aware that agreements have been signed in exchange of some of the minerals, so you don't have that amount of money.
I know, and at the right time, all those agreements will be put on the table. We are going to examine each and every one of them, and we are going to have the revised agreement in the best interest of both the foreign investors, but also the people of the Congo. But the third pillar of the strategy that I'm proposing is to invest in the Congolese people, the Congolese youth, the Congolese men and women. How? Through improvement of the education system and also improvement of the health system, and providing what I call food sufficiency to make sure that we can produce locally enough food to feed our people, but also to export to other countries. Next, we are going to implement a massive infrastructure development program. You know that Congo is big, almost like 1/3 of the United States, but we have no roads. We have no port. We have no airport. What we have is almost obsolete. We are going to implement this program to build the new highway system, new roads, to be able to connect all the provinces internally, creating a local internal market, but also connect the Congo to surrounding countries. The next pillar of the strategy, which is very important, is called promoting accelerated industrialization of the country.
We might have to come back on that later because it's time for us to go. On that note, thanks to our guest, Dr. Noel K. Chiani Mwademvita, a Democratic Republic of Congo presidential candidate, and Claude Gatebuke, who joined us live from Nashville, Tennessee via Skype. Thanks to our affiliate stations along with our viewers and listeners. We thank you for tuning in. For many of our Voice of America radio affiliates, Learning English is coming up next. And tomorrow morning, it's Daybreak Africa with James Batty. On behalf of the Voice of America, thanks for tuning in to Straight Talk Africa.
Sacrifice. Thank you. Joe Tam. Ayuk Ote Ayuk. Fonyu Terence. Tangen Thomas. Fabiano Deco, Angwan Benson, Tabe Edward, Kisop Berton, Kechawa Silva, Kuala Malvern.
Just please look at our condition of detention in this bunker. This is the worst bunker you can imagine. with an asbestos pen that will surely give us cancer in less than 6 months. There is no window. Just look at the terrible condition. No light, no water. In fact, if you look at our toilet, you pity us. Just imagine the condition the Republic government is putting us, Southern Cameroonians. It's terrible. Really look at that one and where we have to ease ourselves. Even animals have more better life.
Hello, this is Gilly Gilly, and we're on the Gilly Gilly show today, a new segment. And today is a sad day in Southern Cameroon. We have many people that lost their life in the last week or two. So today is a sad day in the house for us. I have with me today, I'll just introduce, I have Barrister David Nde, and I have Dr. Kizito Elad. Both of them are from the legal team of SCOF, or legal department, we choose to call it that way. But before we start today, we would observe a minute of silence to all the fallen heroes of Southern Cameroon, those who lost their life in the flood. The flood spread right from Chang, right down to Sancho, right down to Beta, right down to Njung, which is part of the Mbo tribe, which part is part of Southern Cameroon, and other is West and Littoral. And then the other people that just lost their life, the 8 people that lost their lives in the My 29 here yesterday. So we will observe a minute of silence for all the fallen heroes of Southern Cameroon. Okay, I'll say thank you and welcome on board. I have Dr. Kizito Elad, Barrister Nde. Welcome to the show. I'll start with Barrister Nde. Welcome to the show. This is your first time on the show. How do you feel?
So, thank you, Gilly. Well, I want to all Southern Cameroon who are now watching us, and I want to say I am really, quite humble and devoted to be able to bring my own little quota into these issues that taking our soul and our nature at large. I just want to make a clarification because I heard in your introduction that Barrister Nde is a member of the team, but that is what case.
Okay.
Barrister Nde is not yet member of the legal team. Clarification should be mentioned here.
Okay, thank you, and welcome on board still. Both of you legal minds, so that's why we are here today. Welcome on board again, Kizito Elad. You were with me last Sunday. Unfortunately, we had a very short session. Welcome on board again today to talk about the struggle.
My pleasure, Gilly Gilly.
Okay, so today about is everything legal in terms of protest. What are we allowed to do and what are we not allowed? I will start by asking Barrister Nde, what makes a good protest?
Well, thank you very much for that question, Gilly Gilly. I just want to specify that insofar as the right to protest is a fundamental human right, but there are also some duties that we have to observe. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that we must not do in the name of protesting. If I want to take our own example here in Belgium, before we go out to protest, we have to apply for mobilization to carry out that protest. Okay. And in the protection that is issued to us, there are rules that we must follow. And there are certain things that we are not allowed to do during the protest. So it's a of balance. You are allowed to do this, allowed to do that. If I may cite just one simple example because it is very important right now. Our last protest during the process Congress was starting in Belgium. Mm-hmm. So we were authorized to protest, but we were forbidden from profaning of any state. I mean, if we had to go against that rule, then in the future they will not allow us to come out to protest.
Okay.
So that is the premise, and I think in the course of our convocation, we want to develop that.
Okay. So I'm going to ask Dr. Kizito, protest and protest. Where do we start? Where is our boundaries? Where is our limitations in terms of protest?
Well, thank you for that question. But they've answered giving the basic rights for protesting and what to do and what not to do, the pro and cons. But we as Southern Cameroonians, let's base our argument on the fact of international law, which come so-called Republic. It's a signatory on all these conventions. And this is not called right to protest. It's also called right to protest, but it's called assembly and association right in international law. So it's just a simple thing that La République have signed. It's in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That is under Article 21. That is also the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. It's also under the African Charter on Human and Personal Rights, and the American Convention of Human Rights. So you can see all these rights that are here. That is something that we are doing illegally. The illegality on it based now on if we start invade properties or fighting among groups or having arms that can kill, that can take life, which is against international law. So our boundaries, you're not supposed to take somebody's life during your protest, you don't burn protected areas, you're not supposed to destroy properties, but any other thing that we are doing and we have been doing, we've been doing with the ratification of the law.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Kizito. I'm going to talk, I'll dive into the issue of protest because in the last maybe 6, 7, 8 months, we've been protesting around the world. We've been creating civil disobedience to tell the international body how angry we are with the situation that is going on in our country. The issue of burning the flag in Canada has become something that has become the topic of the day in the last 2 weeks. Are we right to burn the flag? Or is it allowed for us to express our frustration in that manner? And this question should go to Kizito.
Okay. Well, burning the flag, if you would just be burning the flag, I would say yes, you're right. Because when you go to the criminal or constitutional or public, I've tried to research, I didn't find anything that is against doing that. I found some countries that there is law against burning of flag, and if you look at this country, there are these rock states that people, how you call them, as countries like North Korea, Libya, Morocco, Iran, China, India. You have some modern countries like South Korea as the only one I found that burning of the flag can send you to 10 years imprisonment. But the rest, like India, Saudi Arabia, all those countries, and the former communist countries of the Soviet Union, we cannot compare with them in the modern world that we live today, because those countries you couldn't, they have no right, even right for assembly. Now, if you want to take about burning of flag as a crime, because the Republic is having a law that protects states, whatever. If we want to base our argument on that point, so I will also throw the question back to you and ask, what is of importance? Is it the life of people who are killed, or the piece of truth being burned that represent a country? A country made up, that's, we call a country a state, and there's still a lot of people, and these people are the people that protect this so-called flag that been burned. Now, if these people are killed like animals, so what is the sense of this flag? What does that flag represent? Does it represent just a bare land with trees and grass, or does it represent human beings?
Mm-hmm.
So the maltreatment, as my able colleague Barrister Nde said in the beginning, of those people who are in prisons, in dungeons, under holes, their basic human rights so violated. What is there important now? At this, the life of people less important than this green, red, yellow with a star in the middle of the Republic. So it's really something that I don't feel, as a legal mind, somebody is I will be so rude here to say it's so stupid to see somebody who stands in front of the TV or whatever to defend burning of a flag and not mention the killing of a human being.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kizito. I'm going to go now to Barrister Nde. Barrister Nde, I always have a saying that before you stand up to critique our resistance, make sure you have an established record critiquing our oppression. And in the last week, we have seen that come to light in the sense that Francophones, also they have said, the burning of the flag in Canada was like an attack on the Francophones. But we've never seen them stand to denounce the killing of Southern Cameroonians. Would you say that is double standard? And or would you say we're right on that? And is there implications? Because I heard now in Cameroon, they said anybody who lives in Canada who is coming to Cameroon, all the government 3 years imprisonment. Every Southern Cameroonians living in Canada, they all la Cameroon 3 years imprisonment for burning the flag. From a legal perspective, do we owe the government this crime or this punishment? And are we expressing our frustration in the right way? And these people say targeting them. This is a 3 questions to target them. Are we really targeting them per se?
Well, let me try to re-articulate your question, because there is an echo. There is an echo on your background. It's like I'm hearing a repetition of what you're saying. If I may call the question update, there is an issue of the double standard of Francophones, insofar as our actions are concerned. And the question should be, is there any ground criminal action by the Cameroon legal system for such action as to burning of the flag, other related offenses? If that's the question, then let me start with this issue of double standard. Well, I want to say that the Francophones, to a greater majority, these are people I grew up with, I studied with them, and artists in a Francophone area in Cameroon, and I know their mindset towards Anglophones.
Okay.
These are people who think that they are superior to a Cameroonian of English expression. Number one, they think that the phone person is not important, and whatever we do or whatever treatment the government may give to us is not important to them. See, the only time that they've come out is to condemn our actions relating to the burning of the flag. That behavior is very poor. Let me say this. The flag in itself is just a symbol. The value attached to it is just a symbol. And then at the end of it, I think that to be just a piece of cloth. So lives have been lost. The military has come out in Bamenda and has shot 32 persons to 2 them. There was no condemnation from the larger majority of the population. The same thing happened in Southwest. There was no condemnation. They only find a problem with the burning of the flag, which means that they value that piece of cloth more than Southern Cameroon life. And this is what we can. We know that is just a piece of cloth. If you came out of it, we acknowledge that crimes also committed in the English country or in Southern Cameroon, and you try to identify the persons who were behind this, and see that we begin to see that there's an intention somewhere of correcting or doing something objective. When not and to see that the flag is burned, and you care about loss of life, loss of the loss of space here for school children. Nothing is being said about that. What is more important to them is that that's blatant demagogy and undermining the people of South Africa, and we will not accept that. From the legal point of view, I would say that the Cameroon law remains silent on this particular question. There is no provision in criminal code Cameroon, clear provision. However, some aspect of interpretation may absorb the aspect and maybe put it under acts that go against the security of the state, and so on and so forth. So we are saying that as of now, there can be no case against any person burning a flag in La Republique, because the law remains silent on that. And what the law is not forbidden is permitted. That is the legal position. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Barrister Nde. And I hope the audience are listening. There is no legal implication in terms of burning the flag. It's our own way, I would say, in expressing our frustration in a country where we don't have no other way where we express our frustrations, because we've done everything that we know under the books, but we've been ignored for so long. So we found out that all of a sudden, in fact, is so important to them, and people are detained. I've seen it on social media that they'll be burning more flags. Since the flag giving the buzz that they needed, so that will be burned. We're not encouraging it, but we want the government to step up and solve the problem that we have in hand. I will go back
just to add something there, Gilly Gilly. 1 minute. This burning of the flag is also a manner of a non-verbal, that's a way of expressing your anger.
Yeah.
This has already been accepted in a country, so a democracy like the USA. Burning of the flag is not a crime. It's not legal. It's even stated there, the Supreme Court of the United States in 1969 ruled that flag burning is protected by the First Amendment of the USA. So that is somehow you express your anger.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Nde, I'm going to talk to you about the issue of one of the frontline leaders coming on air and literally instructing South Africa to burn down the embassy. Is there a crime doing that? Because we want to know where our limitation is. Someone like me, I don't have a legal mind. And if I'm going out in the front line and burn down the embassy, am I allowed to do that?
Okay. Thank you for this. Well, I want to try to understand the context within which comrade these statements. We understand that all of us are frustrated because even weeks of demonstrations, coming out, do things, and the La Republique only sees the aspect of the that is important to them. So we are all frustrated, and I can understand that it's because of this frustration that Comrade Ayaba was making this statement, that the normal Ayaba that I know, when he is composed, and very rational, he will not make those statements. Burning of an embassy, in any way, move our civil force. I think if we want to involve in this part, a lot of problems from host countries.
Okay.
But once we do that, we will be violate the laws of our host countries. We might be subject to prosecutions.
Okay.
And we our advice that we should do those actions that we say bring us a lot of popularity in our way going forward. So I think we can really judge for statement that we understood he is frustrated. He's very involved in the struggle. So in that situation, I will make those statements out of anger.
Yeah.
We know that normally we should not do that. I think question has to be asked to him, put to him today. He will say no. Of course, I did that because I was very frustrated. I was in anger. I think the normal thing for us to do is that we should involve in actions that fall within the law of our host countries. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Dr. Kizito, I'm going to talk to you just briefly about this same point of burning down the embassy. I want you to talk about it from a legal perspective. If we burn down the embassy, let's say we burn down the embassy, British High Commission in Britain. If I was to do that, for example, would I be charged? Would I go to prison? Under what law would I be charged under? So that everyone is clear.
Well, that is an act of arson. You will be charged. You go to prison. It doesn't matter whether you burn down the embassy or you burn down your own house.
Okay.
So it's illegal. And really, I wouldn't really like to comment much on that point because I've not heard that myself.
Mm-hmm.
And as somebody from the legal mind, I would like to listen to it. But I make comment, I know how to defend what he said or what he did not say. So I don't know if you are really reiterating what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say they should burn down the embassy?
Yeah, no,
or
to me, I
did he say maybe
mm-hmm.
he saw the way the Southern Cameroonians and Amazonia were brutalized or somehow mishandled the embassy and he just said, burn down that thing? Yeah, also, as Barrister Nde said, maybe it's out of frustration that someone can say such things because knowing who Joe Ayaba is and somebody I've been with, and if you openly say they should go and burn down the embassy, if he would like to take such an action, he will do it in a secret way. When he said it in the open, then it's somehow frustrating to support the argument of Nde.
Okay. To me, really, it wasn't about why he said it or the motives behind it. To me, it's using it as a learning for all of us, in the sense that if we talk about the legal side of it, so people that heard it and are thinking of doing it, they should also have some education around it, that the legal side of it, and they should know that if you do something like this, you can either be charged or you can go to prison, or there are no legal implications. That's why I'm asking from a legal point. If someone has to do this, even if it wasn't Ayaba that said it, because we are in the mood of protesting, and I can see that emotions are heightened, and people want to do things, push the boundary a little bit. Where is our limitation in pushing these boundaries? And since this talk has come about burning the embassy, because we've already burned down flag, that already is a fact. Where do we push it to? If embassies come up, where is our limitation? And I'm happy you've said it is a crime and people will be charged. So we put it.
It's a very, very, very big crime, Gilly Gilly. And anybody who is having this intent, please, should not carry that out. It's against the law. You will be charged, you will be sent to prison, you will pay a fine, a very heavy fine, and that is going to destroy the image is going to put all that is an act of terrorism.
Okay.
You know, and you know how La Republique, you to stand up, ask for your legal right, for your basic right. You are being charged as a terrorist. With this level, the international community will not have any baggage for you. You will not be backed up.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sure the viewers are listening.
Yes,
anybody thinking of burning down any embassy, it is against law. And if you do anything in that nature, you're putting our case backwards. You're tainting our image. Anything that you get will be at your own risk. Barrister Nde, you want to add something, please do.
Yes, thank you. Well, Dr. Elad already said it. I just wanted to add that, you see, for the moment, we need the services of those embassies. Many of us, we still need the services of those embassies. And we think that in the future, we will have on the sharing those properties. Those embassies, they belong to all of us. In the future, we'll have to share them. We will have to get some of them to certain Cameroons. So
Okay.
the second aspect is that if we go out to those embassies, it will be like giving more credit to the allegation that La Republique is trying to defend against us, that we are terrorists. We shouldn't give them the opportunity to be able to confirm, give the world the opportunity to confirm what La Republique is saying against us. We should just know that any act of us is illegal. It's a crime.
Okay.
We should even address our mind to that. That should be out of question.
Okay.
We using programs like this one, it is also an opportunity for us to inform our people at large on the rightful actions that we should take during our demonstration.
Yes.
We should avoid those acts that discredit us.
Okay.
Burning of embassies will not help us in any way. It is illegal. We should avoid them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
And I want to add to burning of schools, because I think this is also those are acts. Okay, burning of schools, those schools that were held by our parents. I remember back in my days in the primary and the secondary school, we were paying building fee. Our parents had to be paying building fee for the construction of those schools. So my problem is this: if we are going for those schools that our parents suffered to construct, then it's support. But if we are going for those schools that will inflict pain on our people,
okay,
then we're looking now on another angle.
Okay.
So we should be able to know the schools that goes on, and that if anything is done to them, even institutions that undermine our struggle, we should instead target rather than just going for schools that our poor parents suffered all the years. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Barrister Nde. I'm going to move to the next topic, which is about the people we've just been mourning the last week. We've just had so many tragic events that happened to us, and I think the flooding, I can't really blame the government because some of these are actual disasters, but something like the Mai 29 heat, where we've lost 18 people yesterday, to me is something that could have been avoided in terms of the road constructions, or because I don't think this is the first time we've had many deaths in this Mai 29 year. I will go now to Dr. Kizito. to talk about this my 290. What is the government doing to prevent us losing more lives in this same road all the time? Because I remember this road even when I was young. I used to travel this road past to Moyoka. We used to have lots of people. I even have one of my friends who left from America and went to Cameroon on holidays. And I was driving late night in this road. His name is Donji Fred. People know him. He died early this year in this same my 29 hill. Is it road construction? Is it bad road construction? Or is it that the government don't just care? Or what is it that after all these lives, we are still having tragic events in 2017? When I'm talking about this, back in the 80s, that people have been dying in this same multi-sign. What is it that the government, and from a legal perspective, I want you to touch on it. What can we do to the government? Like people that have lost their life, maybe a compensation or something, because I think that this is not for too long and to be done. Please, Dr. Kizito.
Okay, Gilly Gilly, thank you for that question. You want to get the legal perspective that I would tell you, as you talked about compensation. You can compensate life.
Yeah.
The only way possible to compensate life is to give back their life. And in the legal perspective, as you want to know, the Constitution of Cameroon and the de la République being the signatory of the international law that protects as the law for the human. And this is not respected by la République. Let's talk about my 290. When I heard the news this morning, it was written my 29. I was like, where is this place? And one of my classmates to me and said, man, you have become Oyibo, you've forgotten Cameroon. Because we used to call it my 29. And yes, where you have a super moon. And I want to tell you something. It's not a strange thing. It's not a news. We know how the government embezzle funds. Money that they embezzle. For example, the president of La République, Paul Biya, was in France, I think 2 years or so ago, for 3 weeks, and spent 80-something million euros. He stayed in Europe. The time he has been in Switzerland, the house he's been there. We know about the daughter in America that monthly pays you call mortgage or how you want to put it, $20,000 a month. I believe if we calculate this my 29 here, as they usually call it from origin, is more than enough to construct a tunnel that would minimize this accident. Because how many people in Cameroon having their cars being checked every year or two, as we do here in Europe, especially in Germany? I will talk on Germany, I don't know countries. My 29 is the place where you have this supermon in your. This place is known very well. I know on documents by the government of the Republic, because I would tell you with all the confidence that the government officials, they receive their pocket money from this company every month. But if you ask them where that company is based, they will not tell you, because they are on there. Okay. And the person who is the head of that company, I don't know, but if you say it would be a francophone, who don't care about the development of, who don't care about the accident that is happening, but they care just extract what they can extract, and if there is a possibility, if people will protest a lot about the accident happening, the pipe as they have done, so take the water to be removing the water directly in Douala. The government is doing nothing. That's a simple truth. It's doing nothing, and I bet you maybe even the so-called La Republique, who is in Boyade, doesn't even know about the accident.
Mm-hmm.
So more people are still going to die.
Okay.
And that is why they are trying to prevent us from having our own state, because if we have our independence, we have our country back in our hands, it will not take us 5 years. See, people can sit there and be saying, oh, you are blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you the truth. It will not take us 5 years to put all the infrastructures in order, schools, health system, everything, our ports, airports will run again. It will not be 5 years, everything will be working. And that will cause people to raise against the Republic and the Francophones to tell them that these people have just been for years and they have done this lot for 56 years and nothing has been done. Why? So that's why they are afraid of us.
Okay, thank you, Kizito, on that. Barrister Nde, is there something you want to add in terms of this Martina here and government?
Yes, thank you, Gilly Gilly. Barrister Elad has dealt with the issues properly. And, he has stated everything. I just want to add a few things, a few comments to say that the state of goods and the technical state, the vehicles that applied, the responsibility of the persons themselves that do pull this vehicle. All this, the way it is organized in La Republique, show a total collapse. It is not far from what we call a failed state.
Okay.
It is only in a failed state that you see this type of things. If you are a government and you see that there is a particular problem with a road, I don't attach your mind to this for years, and then it keeps on recurring there on daily basis, and nothing is done. Situation, then you understand that we're living in a failed state, and of course, it is the responsibility of the government. The government has an obligation to provide for services to people, to its citizens. So the government has failed to provide roads. Make sure that regulation on roadworthiness, roadworthiness is respected. To make sure that drivers are properly trained. The government is held responsible for all these deaths that are occurring. We hold the government responsible for all this. And no other, because they have failed in their obligation to provide these proper services to the people.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there. We've said a lot about it. And I think if the government is watching, they will know that they haven't been doing their duty and they need to step up and do more. We're going to be talking about things about our lawsuit or the diplomatic offensive that we took with Foley Hawks. Is there anything you can tell the public, being legal, you people are from a legal background, why was it good for us to start a lawsuit? And why did we choose the diplomatic offensive? Just odd from a personal point of view and from a legal point of view. Please, I'll start with Dr. Nde.
Please, Barrister Nde, not Dr.
Barrister Nde, yeah. Sorry.
From what I understand, our leaders, the right to consult an international law firm.
Okay.
A law firm in international law,
Okay.
international law,
Mm-hmm.
and diplomacy.
Okay.
I think it was the right decision. That said, the only issue where I have a problem is that I don't know what is there. I don't know how the it was set up, but I would have thought that we would have associated some southern Cameroon being advocates. We have quite a number of them. I believe that no other person has our case. Our lawyers should have been working in energy with that law firm.
Okay.
That articulated our case, explained it to them, and it also would have facilitated the process of evidence collection. Because we found that up to now, we are collecting data and being used. We do believe that our local lawyers, many of them, they would have been better that on the ground and pour it to this international. That said, I want to say that I understand that lawsuit has been filed, but somebody in the street will not understand why.
Mm-hmm.
It is the reason instituting such lawsuit takes time. It's not a matter of rush. Okay, let's go for a case and then you go and file it. You need to make sure that all the conditions are there, all the conditions are there for a case to be. And it's also we have to understand that instituting lawsuits before the institutions, it involves a lot of diplomacy.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if we do diplomacy and achieve our goals, then it's better.
Okay.
Because when we go for those judgments, we will still need to execute those judgments with diplomacy. There are no enforcement mechanisms before the UN nations. Everything is done through dialogue, instance, recommendations, and so on. So we are it's just a matter of time. Our people should be patient. It should be our duties to go out and explain to our people on the ground that it's not going to be so soon. It has to take time. We will definitely get there.
Thank you very much, Barrister Nde. I'll come to Dr. Kizito. I know that a lot is being done. From what Dr. Barrister Nde said, he's not part of the bigger team of Sakuf, but I know, Dr. Elad, you are part of the bigger team of Sakuf. And he said it was the right thing we did. We are on the right path. Can you say to that?
Well, Barrister, everything, I will not talk more about that again. That's the same thing I will repeat. But one thing I would like to say is that, as he rightly said, diplomacy will be fast. It will not. I would not like to use the word easy. It will be fast, in the sense that with diplomacy you do some lobbying,
Okay.
and you need some states behind you if we really want our independence.
Okay.
And as fast as possible, because with a lawsuit, before the judgment is released to pass, need at least, let me say, from 3.5 years to 4, 5. And we don't have the patience for that.
Okay.
So the lawsuit has not been kept aside. It's still going on, but the diplomacy is using the diplomacy now in other states to support our struggle.
Okay.
But I will use this opportunity to say that there are people who will be in Munich, as from the 25th to the 27th, the chairman himself, with Secretary General, and some other people who we are inviting everybody to speak, especially those in Europe and in Germany, to be in Munich. You can hear from the chairman himself. You can talk with him one, and you can get it from his mouth, their own horse's mouth. So please, thank you for giving me this time to tell you to meet in Munich. He will be going to some other states, but the first stop will be in Munich.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Elad. I think I'll just reiterate a few things that we've talked about today. We've talked about the government of La Republic not doing their duties in terms of looking after its citizens, and we're losing lives that were not so prematurely, that were not supposed to happen. Ability to govern us. That's one of the reasons that we are all angry. People are burning down flags. We've talked about that. Flag is about expressing your frustration. And if you don't have any other way of expressing frustration, you will try everything. Flag is simply one that I would say working at the moment because it's getting under their skin. But in terms of burning down embassy, we've said today that it is not allowed. It's against the law. If you do it, you will be charged and you will face the consequences on your own, because we are on a course where our image is very important to us. So we are protecting our image. Barrister Nde has said, please, if you have to burn anything in terms of anger, don't target our schools because it doesn't help us anyway. Target the oppressor so that it pains them. We've talked about the issue of the diplomatic offensive that we're doing. Both legal minds have said we are on the right track. It was the best decision we made, but we're working to gather our evidence to build our case in terms of the lawsuit. And because of timeline, we prefer to start with diplomacy and lobbying, then the suing will come after. Dr. Kizito ended up saying that all roads are leading to Germany. I might not do this show next week in the same studio. I probably will be in Germany. If you watch, you will see me. Maybe I might be interviewing the chairman of Germany. You never know. So please tune in next week. All roads are lead to Germany. We're welcoming His Excellency. It's the first time in Europe. Come out, show your solidarity. We are seeing in that we want to free. This is the time for us to express it by coming and welcoming our elected governing council. We have elected them. We should all rally behind them and give them the legitimacy that they deserve. And after they will be going to Malmo and Finland. From there, they'll be coming to the UK. And the UK, I can tell you more about the UK because I have the UK. They will be in the UK. Sometimes we don't give dates because of security reasons, but they'll be around maybe the third week this month. Everything is planned. Maybe in my next show, I'll address where it will be in the UK. There will be tickets that will be sold. Please come out, show your solidarity. All in together. We want all hands on deck. I can't do it alone. That's why I bring different minds on this show on a weekly basis. We get to know each and everyone is thinking around the world. So we all coordinate our efforts. We're working from the same point because our goal, our target is that we all want to be free. I'll give the gentleman a chance to say the last word before we start the show. I'll start by, I'll go to Barrister Nde.
Yes, thank you, Gilly Gilly. Just to conclude, well, I would also like the opportunity to call on our people in Belgium to say that the first stopover of the delegation is in Brussels, notably on the 24th. The morning, delegation is due to land in Brussels morning, and we are calling on all Southern Cameroonians, Belgium and in Holland, to come out massively, give a energetic welcome to the delegation, especially the chairman. We want to reserve him the welcome due to a head of state. Please, I'm appealing to all of us to come out, make and exhibit our cultural value, because this is an opportunity for us to tell the world that, oh no, we are not a ripe, mature people. We are prepared to govern ourselves. This is our thought. This is the way we will do our thing. Please come out in your traditional dresses. All the traditional dance groups, get ready. Please, it will be very challenging, and it will take our committed comrades to come out, because it's going to be on a working day. It's going to be very early in the morning. But if we are serious, if we are committed, we will defy those impediments and come out to show our commitment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I just have 1 more minute. Any final word from Dr. Elad? 1 minute, please.
So I just want to thank all my fellow Southern Cameroonians for the great job they've been doing, and I hope and I believe in all the Southern Cameroonians that they will keep on doing the same thing as from the beginning, so shall it be.
All right. Thank you.
Please, loud for me, please.
I think the show cuts out now. It's 8 o'clock. I just want to say thank you to all the viewers, and hope you have a great Sunday. I'll see all of you guys coming to Germany, and I wish everybody a safe trip. And hopefully, we'll continue this show next time. Please tune in same time, same station. And it was Gilly Gilly. Thank you, and good night and goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gilly Gilly.
My mommy them, my papa them, my brother them, my sister them, all citizens of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. I bring you greetings from the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian Governing Council State House. I want to talk today about ghost towns. Chairman, leader for the revolution, His Excellency Sisiko Ayok Tabe, and the entire Governing Council say make I give una a lot of thanks, especially una for homelands. The way una don't hold this ghost town strong from November 2016. We want to show when I say these ghost towns, it don't worry government plenty. When I remember saying that because of these ghost towns and where La Republique du Cameroon slave minister them, they began for work up on very bad roads, come for we country, sometimes 3 times within the same week. So this ghost town, never think of we play with them. Now we get 41 days only to a restoration day, the 1st of October. They will finally cross over, celebrate freedom as we launch a free amber land. It be very important, make we remember, say in the next 41 days, you, me and all the people of the country will need to do a lot of sacrifices. Now for that reason, what we think, say more again ensure, say this ghost town, then there's strong, plenty. So Governing Council don't hear some people, they say more think again about this 3-day ghost town where we be announcing. Now ye chairman and our leadership say, make a come to una tell una say, we don't hear una. We get a very important meeting on the 20th of August, now Sunday. Inside that meeting, we will deliberate on many strategies, including the ghost towns. At the end of that meeting, we'll then pronounce to una we people them, whether may we leave that ghost town as 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, and wait till each of we go to. They could be important, they could remember. Say, if with previous ghost town, they be Mami Water ghost towns, this one gave will be Mami Water ghost town. If I make all man must understand so. So make we remember, say this ghost town a tool, a freedom to be non-violent, as we know we struggle in non-violence, we don't worry this government plenty. So over the next 41 days, it go fine. So when governing council pronounce ghost town, make all man, including people that nobody participate, fine. Make them make sure they respect them because it will be in a law for we land. I thank una plenty, and I don't promise I'll come back to una announce with the governing council a talk. My name is Milton Tucker. I be spokesman for Africa for Southern Cameroon Ambazonian Governing Council. God bless una.